Hello, good to see you on this Monday night. Hope everyone is doing well. I feel like I have a shadow over my face. Good to see your faces. Happy Monday. And it's definitely spring because water's been running like crazy. So excited for that. So excited for the warm weather. So it's April, and we started the month off last week with month end. So today is our first official April team call. And I thought it would be good to roll it off with the incentives, and Holly is going to help us with that tonight. When you're ready, Holly.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a lot
There
of
is a
stuff
lot,
going
isn't
on
there?
this week. So I hope I get it all.
Okay.
So first off, month of April, $1 memberships for all new VIPs. All we got to do, sign them up with a 100 point minimum PV, and it's automatic. We don't need a code for that. So um this month, Plexus turned 17. So every Friday, there is a flash sale, and they will pick whatever products they deem for the week, and it's 17% off. So that'll probably be a good incentive for for any of the new people, because getting to 100 PVs is pretty easy, especially when you add a bag of Slim. You can create whatever you want out of these. So use those for your new customers, use them for any white liners, anybody who hasn't ordered in a while. Be good. Oh, look at this. My computer's working. We're just going to leave that. So also incentive, like the big prize this month is a Plexus branded Levi's jacket and a CalPack suitcase. So both of these are going to come with like customizable stickers and patches so you can make it your own. How do we get this? Sign 6 VIPs or 3 and then, you know, develop a new silver. You can earn this prize twice. So if you want to get it in time for convention, though, you're going to want to try and earn this before the 18th to guarantee that it'll be here in time. Convention is June 17th to 19th. If you don't have your ticket, go get it. If you signed up from November 1st on, so ambassadors, VIPs, starting November 1st, 2024 until now, they can get their ticket for $49 US. Like that's just crazy. So let's get all the people to convention. It'll be so much fun. Get loud. Ah. So yeah, get your ticket. And then we still got convention contest. We've got two contests, convention contest and Olay and Away. So all of these incentives, all of these deals, they're just going to help raise your points for more stuff, more for experiences, whether it be you're going to Mexico in November or you're going to convention and you're going to get something fun there. Um, go look in your back office. That'll tell you where you're standing at this current point. Also we've got the fast start. So it's like sign 3 if you haven't yet. Sign 3 new VIPs this month, you're gonna get an $100 bonus. If you've just started out, if you've never signed anybody before and you do that within the month, you're gonna get double, right? So most of us didn't, yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just a chance for all of us who've already been doing this for a while to get that extra bonus again, because it was a long time ago when I reached silver. So who doesn't like extra money? And yeah, finally we got our Plexus perk feature products. This month for the US is Sleep. For Canada, it is Metaburn. Or 50 perk points credits. I don't know, less than normal. So you're looking at about 250 credits for one free product. So if you are sitting on some perk points like I am, get some free stuff. Try something new. I think that's it. I think I got it all.
Awesome.
If I missed anything, let me know.
That is an extensive list. And I love the whole thing. Like it's almost like custom fit to where people are. You can kind of apply the incentive to where they are. Those Friday sales are going to be a really big deal. So I was already looking at, who I could talk to this Friday, and I'm telling them like, oh, it's birthday month. Nowadays everybody doesn't do just one day for a birthday; they do birthday month. Plexus is doing birthday month, so that means that you can actually utilize that all month long. Sorry, I'm going to turn off my phone. Uh, Robin, I never forget to redeem my perks. They add up quite fast, and it's so fun to chalk in a couple of extra freebies when you're making your sub order, right? I love that. And I use this also to tell people, like, this is such a good thing that Plexus gives you, that you can actually go and tell people as soon as you've accumulated a couple of months of your subscription, you'll have enough there to try a couple of new products, something that you might not want to actually go and buy for yourself, but you can trial it for free. That's what you can use your credits for, right? And so month 2 or 3, I will tell them, hey, have you checked your perk credits? How many do you have? Is there something that you would like to try? It's a really good way to get them into using the perks and seeing how lucrative it is, because they start off with 250 perks as a gift, right? Okay, some of you may have seen that I shared a little bit of a social media challenge in the chats. Some of you may not have seen it. And I wasn't quite aware of what was going on there. And then yesterday I kind of dug around in it and I saw some things that just really stood out to me. And I thought, you know what, I can try this, or I can share it and have everyone else try whatever they want to do. And we can all see how it works for us. So Lori Word Harrison is one of the older diamonds that has been here for quite some years. And for those of us that have been on social media for multiple years and have talked the same lingo for years, or if you're brand new and you're trying to find your footing on where your market really pays attention to your post, right? And who's actually commenting. And so forever in the social media game has always been, get eyes on your account. You want eyes on your account. You want people seeing what is there. And you want to share. And I think Plexus really, really teaches this well, that we're all sharing from a place of value. Like, I think there's hardly anybody in Plexus that would just post a picture of their cat and say, hey, look at cat today, right? Like, that's not common. That's what old Facebook used to be. And everybody would see your post. Like way back in 2007 to 2009, it was post something and people would see it, right? And then algorithms came, and then ads came, and then share a page came, and then, right? And multiple things just diluted and diluted and diluted until you're like, I see the same people all the time. I don't know what's going on with my social media. Like, the same people show up in my feed. I've got a bunch of friends. I don't see what they're posting, you know? And so this social media challenge has been a little bit more to the effect of what she calls healing your algorithm, which is kind of funny because it's a real thing, but it sounds funny that we're going to heal the algorithm. But I'm going to take you through a couple of things and judge for yourself. We're all at different places in our social media, but if you're feeling like you're not getting enough comments from people that are non-Plexus people, you're not getting enough interaction in your DMs, even though you talk to a lot of non-Plexus people, and you feel like your views are not, like your posts are not seen by the people that you want them to be seen by, this may be something that you want to take a little bit of a time, sort through. This is a social media challenge where she's listing all the things, but you honestly can go in there and see how you feel about it and then decide for yourself, because we're all at different places in our own social media. And here's the other thing. Social media in itself is changing, because I think the world is recognizing that so much is happening on social media that is not belly to belly. People are starting to put value and trust much more back into doing belly to belly. So in-person events are exploding all over. I was just reading someone's post. They had done, Krista's team, she had gone out to do a launch event for a brand new ambassador, and she had signed 10 people at her launch event. She went senior silver at her launch event just because she had previously shared what Plexus was, and then brought them out to an event where they had, you know, some kind of fun thing they were doing together. They did all the sampling of the drinks, and she signed all 10 people. Like, that's the effectiveness of belly to belly, right? But she prepped well. She invited them. It was a fun night out. I honestly feel like that's what people are yearning for right now to a large degree. And if you can do that, good, awesome. In-person events are an excellent place to build community and trust and all those things. Social media is a large platform where you get up on stage and have the access to millions of people, not just those that you invite personally to your event. Our goal is to be heard. So yesterday, I don't know, for those of you that watch my stories, maybe I was a little bit brash, but I was scrolling through Instagram as we were driving home, and I thought to myself, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. If there's a trend on Instagram, everybody does. That's not authentic. That's not me getting to know you. That's not me knowing what you're sharing. Like, how do I know? So the latest trend was, she doesn't know it yet, but la di la di da. And it was like, 10, I don't know how many posts that I saw that were all the same trend. And the message may have been a little bit different, but that is following a trend. That's not you being authentic and speaking your voice and showing people who you are to your audience on this big platform, right? And so that's kind of what spearheaded this for me. I was like, okay, I'm really working on my social media on getting more people to comment on my posts that are not just plexus, for sure not. You want them to know who you are in life, what you value, what you want to be speaking about, what you stand for. Those are the things that make you you, right? And so that's kind of what spearheaded this. And then I got into, I had been hearing about this social media challenge. And then I went last night and dug around in it. And I thought, okay, this really makes sense and it aligned. So I'm going to give you the information of what day one was today. And I did 2 posts today, which I normally never do. It's just in the beginning. I'm really following what she is saying because I want to see what this is going to do for my audience. And so she's running it, I think, for the 5th time now. And she says the results are really starting to roll in because people have reset their algorithm and they have a whole bunch more eyes on their posts now than what they have had in the past few years on Facebook, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you what day one is today, and then you can judge for yourself. This is just a bare basics overview. Judge for yourself of what stands out to you or things that you may not have known. Okay, day one, and I love how she calls it healing your algorithm. It sounds like we're sick. Just going to scooch over my page here a little bit. All right, day one, we will start this challenge by teaching you how to heal your algorithm, helping you understand why the same people see your post, why you see the same people's post day after day. Here's how to begin correcting this rut. Number 1, stop sharing or copying, pasting. If you click the share arrow, you're going to keep yourself stuck. So sharing other people's posts to your profile doesn't highlight eyes on your profile. It's not called shadow banning, but Facebook makes you kind of shrink to the bottom then. Okay, this is the don't share list. Don't share memories, other people's posts, business giveaways, YouTube videos, podcast links, any links. Don't copy and paste viral posts. Don't comment on old posts of yours. If your Facebook is set to any of the professional modes like digital creator, entrepreneur, etc., there's a live in the group that you can watch. But basically what it does is it shrinks your vision to basically only be seen by other people that are doing the same thing. So I went in yesterday, changed my digital creator profile, because a couple of years ago, that was the suggestion to do for any marketing on Facebook, was to create a digital creator account, right? I went and took mine totally off, made it completely personal, and then I opened it up to the public. And so just again, we're testing these methods, right? Facebook sees all of the above as either spamming people or trying to take people outside of their site. So it's going to push you into a corner and not put eyes on that. So instead, we are creating original content. There is literally nothing more intriguing to your audience than for you to tell your story. Not just your Plexus story, but the ins and outs of going to the grocery store, to ball practice, and so on. Use your own photos, make your own videos, and tell things in your own words. And you might think, well, fudging and doing those don'ts will only hurt this once, but it actually hurts your entire profile. Once you get benched for repeat offenses, you'll start realizing you only see the same people's post and vice versa. Ask anyone who took the challenge last time. And so I was reading through the comments and I saw I was talking to Janelle and she said she had kind of done a couple of the things, but it definitely hadn't worked because she hadn't stuck to the whole thing, right? Also, stop posting multiple times a day about your products and your opportunity. I don't think that's a really big deal in our team. Most of us have gotten away from the multiple posting a day like we used to, but she's talking about the products and the opportunity here. For the first 3 days, you will not be posting anything about Plexus. This I found interesting. We have a new goal. Our goal for this challenge is fresh faces and no spamming people. Our goal is to get people to come to you. You're getting people to come to you, right? So here we go. This is what we did for day 1. First of all, in the morning, go comment on 10 people's posts, people that you would like to do business with. Go find them. They're likely not going to be automatically in your feed. Comment on something recent that they have posted. And so the reason that she's saying that they likely won't be automatically on your feed is because Facebook isn't showing them to you, right? Facebook is like a room full of people, and before you step up to the mic and make your big announcement, it's only mannerly to say hello first. And right after that, tell an engaging story about something that recently happened. Respond back to each person that comments. Then set an alarm for 2 to 3 hours to come back and do the next thing. After your alarm goes off, come back and comment on 10 people's posts, people like you would want to do business with, etc. And post a selfie or a picture of your kids or pet. Wait 2 to 3 hours more. Then comment on 10 people's posts, people that you would like to do business with. Ask an opinion or question that lots of people will respond to, like paint color or what to name your pet or what sounds good for dinner, those types of questions. That is all for day 1. Comment below for any questions and check back once you have completed day 1. Only the first 2 to 3 days are so instructional. It won't continue like this the entire challenge. We are just waking Facebook up. You do find 10 new people to comment on before you make a post. So if you're following, you should have been commenting on 30 people's posts just today. That's really going to get the algorithms moving, right? So some days, like day 1, there's a total of 30 people. It is to prime that algorithm. It's like lymphatic massage. After a few days of doing this, you no longer have to hunt because the Facebook friend deck gets reshuffled. You are no longer benched or in the spammers box. They let you out to play with everyone else. Make sense? So that was day 1. And I cheated a little bit, I'll be honest. I don't think I have posted 3 times on Facebook in probably, I don't know, 8, 9 years, like a long time, right? 3 posts on Facebook per day, that's a lot. That's a lot. But I know why she's doing it. I cheated a little bit, went and did 1 post in Instagram. The other piece that she's talking about is if you have your Instagram and Facebook connected, they actually work against each other. And so you don't want that connection. It doesn't sound like the stories make a whole lot of a difference because you can connect your stories to show up on both. But the posting, I for a while had the same post that I posted on Facebook went on Instagram as well. And I don't do that anymore, just to trial. Here's what you're going to be noticing. This is an ever evolving door. Social media never only has one set of rules. You're always working on trying to find where most eyes see what you're talking about, right? And that's what this is just to get more people seeing your profile. Okay, so first post, wasn't a big thing for me this morning. Didn't really get a whole lot of attention. I also did not add a call to action on it, right? It was just basically something that I was feeling and thinking of, which is not a bad thing to do. It doesn't always need to have people conversing on it. Second post I did is still going, legit problem that happened to me yesterday, legitimately something I am working on. I need an oven fan. I would love to have some more ideas. Excellent ideas, and tons of non-Plexus people commenting. So that in itself is going to get the wheel rolling and showing Facebook already that, oh, there's more people in Marge's profile that actually want to see her. And so that getting done a couple of days in a row, and me being personal and using my own life as my story, draws the people in to come to you. When that Plexus post will now hit, all those extra eyes are actually seeing you. You're not benched somewhere in the bottom corner and posting away and talking to yourself, right? Or just Plexus people seeing you. So just a little encouragement. Be okay with not being seen right away. Like, this is something that you really can prime over time, right? It's like putting your foot on the gas and starting slowly and speeding up as you go. Go for the long haul. Like, honestly, that social media is always like that. Go for the long haul, try something, and then don't just do it once, but make sure that you're doing it for the time that it needs in order to actually be seen, right? Because in the mindset of long term, people are often seeing you, but not yet responding. As you keep talking and as you keep sharing your message, people are going to see who you are. They're buying into what you're saying, and they're also jumping on board. And then when they feel comfortable that they trust you, they're going to start commenting and bringing things into your comments. That oven fan has probably about, I checked right before I got on the call, probably about 7 prospects of mine that I've had conversations with already commenting. And now I'm going to go back and talk about this in my DMs to those people, because that just layers another layer of where Facebook says, oh, these two know each other, right? And so that way you're getting eyes on the people that you're actually talking to, just because of who you are and what you're sharing. Okay, be you today, tomorrow, and the day after, and 10 years from now. Just be you. It does not matter if it's perfect. It doesn't matter if it sounds foolish. It doesn't matter if it's not perfectly curated. You will be you 10 years from now. And the current trend or the current social media 10 years from now is still going to be working in different fads and still going to be changing all the time. But people talking to people will always be a connecting point. That part is never going to go away. That part, it doesn't matter who it is, AI or a brand new form of social media, person to person is never going to go away. And so you have the bonus of using the platform for who you are. And as long as we know these kinds of things of how the algorithms work, then you can work with it. Then you can prime it to be beneficial to you, right? Okay, I'm going to stop there for now because I thought that was kind of a lot. I know I've been digging through it for the last night and today a little bit, and I had some resistance, but I really feel like it's something where, you know, you gotta step in the water and see where it takes you. You have, because each one of us is unique in our social media of who we're talking to, what we're saying, all those things. But if you have some takeaways or questions, feel free to unmute and just put them out there, or ask. I'm just going to check to see what you guys are saying here. Trina, are you in it as well? You started as well? Do you want to share a little bit on what stood out to you?
Sure. Yeah, it's been like I totally understand what you mean when you say a little bit of resistance at first. Like I didn't actually have a chance to look at it yesterday because I was on the road all day yesterday. So then I didn't get a chance till today. So I was just diving in and trying to kind of like a sponge this morning, just trying to kind of figure out what it all was. You're definitely not too late to join. You can join right now. Anyway, all the things you said were just like, yes, like, and it all makes sense. And because she kind of, in one of her lives, when you join the group, definitely kind of watch the live. She just explains things so well. And she kind of says, like, if you're feeling stuck, if you're kind of feeling like people don't want to talk to you, or, because they feel like it's just always about plexus, and you almost get the feeling like nobody likes you, but that's not true. And it's honestly, so far, it's been great, because I feel like, okay, I am kind of feeling a little stuck, but this will help me, because who doesn't want to just be authentically themselves? Like, we can all do that, and that's duplicatable. Be you, right? And so she kind of just explains that, and it's amazing how it just kind of, she said, I know sometimes people will be like, well, this is another thing I'm adding, to my plate. But she kind of addresses that a little bit and says, this actually isn't something that you're adding. It's just, you are looking at what you're doing and you're tweaking and you're making changes. And we're always doing that. And so then it's not really an additional thing. It's just, you're going to, switch gears a little bit in terms of how you're doing and sharing your value and sharing yourself and your life and all the things. So today, I agree with you, Marge, because I don't usually post more than a few times or more than once, I should say. But today I did it exactly the way she said. And so she did say, like, if you want to do this, I want you to make sure that you do it, right? And just make sure that you kind of do the steps and things like that. And it kind of it switched gears for me in my mind, and kind of was like, okay, now I need to look for another 10 people. So like, after 30 people today commenting on 30 different people, it was just like, whew, but I have to say, just since, and another thing actually that she mentioned, to switch on your profile is to take your link out, not have plexus in your bio, things like that. So I went and I took my bio out, or not my bio out, my link out, but then I also, nothing about, like, plexus isn't mentioned. And so since I just did what I did today, I actually said happy birthday to one of my friends, and I've never spoke plexus with her at all. And she asked me about plexus today. And I'm just like, what? So I'm noticing different people are connecting, and it's crazy how, I didn't actually have my profile to be set up like as an entrepreneur or anything like that. But I simply just took my link out, and I took my bio, and I just changed it to say lover of health and wellness. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's not plexus, and even in her posts to not mention plexus. And so when you're in the group, ladies, and you go in and you kind of see, because she's got posts from past, I think they're all in there, aren't they, Marge?
Yeah.
Right, from past ones. So it's kind of neat, because I kind of went in a little bit of a rabbit hole for a moment. And I just was like, oh, and then she actually helped somebody say, okay, well, I don't know how to share this without saying plexus. And so she gave some insight on that. And it was just like, oh, it makes so much sense. And it was just like, hey, you know what? I'm learning more about this. And it was really about, like, just really gently sharing what you found of value. I'm learning about this. We're actually going to get a group together. We're going to learn together. Would anyone else want to do this with me or learn this alongside me? And it's just like, well, that's easy. But anyway, it's been an interesting process already on day one, just to get different people looking at your stuff and then having those connections. Because even in my comments on my post today, I've had people comment that have never commented. Like, so I'm honestly telling you, it is incredible so far. So I'm just excited to see what the next day brings. And I'm gearing myself up for day 2 and day 3, because I think it's going to be a lot. But it's, like I said, it's going to be worth it to just, and it feels less heavy. It doesn't feel like, okay, we're being ourselves, right? And I know sometimes that's hard too, but people want to see you. You are valuable, and what you share is amazing. People need you. And sooner you realize that, and she really drives that home and says, like, duplication is about being you.
Mhm.
Be you. Right?
That's so
So,
good.
yeah.
Thank you. That's so good. I'm going to fill in a couple of the blanks because I realized that I hadn't explained that. Yes, this challenge, she's just rerunning the same challenge. So I shared the link yesterday to a couple of chats. If you're not in those chats, I can definitely share the link. All you do is click to join and then just go look at the most recent post, right? You're going to see the most recent post is kind of day one. You can scroll back. Like, obviously, me and Trina did the same thing because I went down that rabbit hole yesterday and I was like, sometimes I'm a bit of a skeptic because there's so many things out there. I personally know Lori and I know a little bit of how she works. Not always my style, which is totally fine. We always find our own groove by who we are, right? But I really felt like, especially since my frustration yesterday over Instagram and the last couple of months, I've been scrolling Instagram thinking there is such a lack of authenticity happening. Someone does something cool. Oh, let's all do this cool thing. No, don't. It's their cool thing. It's not your cool thing. You be cool by yourself. Like, you be you, And so, oh, Sheila shared it. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. You can join anytime. No issues there. Her and Jetty, her husband, are doing this group together. She's got hundreds of people in there already. The other piece to this group, and this is completely up to you, the other piece to this group is she is also running a detox challenge group where she does basic things. And I'll be very honest with you, of what she does there isn't always what is always promoted in Plexus. She's a huge restore person. She's not always promoting the pink drink, things like that. She just has a little bit of shifts that are her own personal take on this. But that detox group is often where she uses to put her prospects to. And it's just a very simple way of adding in people towards natural health. And they do like some lymphatic massage, they do Epsom salt baths, they do like just random healthy detox things, especially including restore. What was the other question? Robin, I was reading your question about sharing your post to your personal. No, you have a social media page. Am I right? I think. Is Robin still on?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
sorry, I have my headphones in, so I might sound echoey. Yeah, I only share on my Plexus page. And I share things on there to my personal page, but I need to start like making actual posts on my personal page, I feel. Yeah. School's almost over, so I need to start doing that. My goal.
I feel like you're right. What has your interaction been on your social media page? Has it been good?
A lot of people follow it, I notice
Okay.
that I don't normally see that follow it.
Okay.
But the likes and comments are just like from Plexus people mostly.
Yeah. I really think even if you would share similar things on your personal profile, those comments and eyes would be more. Try it. Try it. Like, it's just literally, trial and error, right? And if you have strangers on Instagram, that's a good thing. Those are called prospects, not strangers.
I also made a video of our trip on TikTok, and I actually had some people, different people from the US actually ask me what Plexus was. So I thought that was cool,
Sweet.
but yeah, never thought of it on TikTok before.
There's quite a bit of people on TikTok. TikTok is ruthless, just so you know. Lots of people know this, but if you have thick skin, you could do well. Okay, any other questions? Yes, Threads. Threads is all the people that have bitterness issues. Yes, that's a good thing, Trina. And this is where, it shows you how much social media has changed. Previously, let's say I would say about 3 years ago, we, especially Jules, all made digital creator accounts, and we were really showing that we were entrepreneurs on social media, using that as a platform, because it was like, don't hide your success, show who you are. This just shows you how Facebook has ways of adjusting and changing that, because when you have your Plexus link and your bio in your Plexus link in your bio, Facebook sees that and connects you with your account with other Plexus people. And so that means you're just seeing your Plexus people, right? And you're like, okay, I'm commenting on other people, and all I'm seeing is these Plexus people. That's because the algorithms draw it together. And so even from yesterday, I'm very curious to see what it will do after like a couple days. But even today was proof enough for me that just removing some of those things, the digital creator and the links off of my bio, that other people were obviously seeing my posts, else they wouldn't have commented.
Another thing I noticed too is that in my stories, I never noticed this till today, so just awareness, of course, is it was all Plexus people in my stories. I was like, huh, that's interesting. And so then I was just aware of that. I didn't post in my stories today because she didn't say much about stories. She mentioned posting. And so I just focused on posting today, and that was it. And so that was kind of interesting to me to actually see that, right? So I thought, well, I wonder if that will change. And, I'm sure it will as time goes on and stuff like that. So I found that kind of interesting. But one question I had for you, Marge, and I saw it, I don't know if it's been asked in that group, and I'm scared to ask because I'm sure it's been asked. But there was someone that asked, because, she mentions not to mention Plexus in your posts. So someone had kind of wondered about past posts. Do you go back in your page and do you delete all of those?
I didn't. I haven't read that far. I don't
Okay. So that was a question of mine, because that is, yeah, Sheila, yeah. So anyway, I'm just curious about that.
Said to not worry about those because most people never scroll that far back.
Okay.
To just leave them. Like anything that is like older than a week, just leave it.
Okay.
Just leave it and then move on forward from there on out.
Okay. So maybe I'll look back at, what I've got in the past week or so, and kind of
maybe even like the past month. I know Plexus has been on me a little bit lately, pumping up a bunch of my old posts that apparently say too much. So I've already been cleaned out a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
And likely, if there isn't that happening, likely the algorithms wouldn't show those posts anyhow. Like if they go scrolling personally on your account, they would see them. But I mean, like not everybody is a Facebook detective, so some are.
But one thing I have to admit, and I felt bad because, of course, I didn't dive into this until this morning, but I have been guilty of commenting on past posts just to get, because in my mind, I thought, okay, I'm getting new eyes on it. And so I did that already this morning before I dove into all this. I'm like, oh my gosh, now how do I go back and change that? But it's one of those things where it's just like, you know what, when you know better, you do better. And you just got to move forward with the knowledge you've learned. And so it does feel like now, once I chewed on all the stuff, I feel lighter, because it's just like, okay, this feels better, right? It feels better because now I'm connecting, right? Like you're truly connecting over something. And I didn't feel like I was doing that as well as I could. I know many, like a lot of you on here are already doing that. So like I said, a lot of it's just like, keep doing what you're doing, because you're amazing at sharing yourself authentically. And that's huge. Does it take time to create content? Absolutely. But she just really drove home the importance of that. And the authenticity is just like, it's a gold in the mine, you guys. So
and I think we overthink content. We think that every post has to be like massive, valuable post. People don't care. Like if you're like, I have so many dog groups. I have 3 different dogs, and so I have hundreds of dog people as prospects. And so if I talk about my dogs, my Plexus audience might get tired of it. My dog people don't, right? And it's just a matter of, they don't care if you're just doing a random post. They don't care if you're like, hey, I made soup for supper. What are you having? As long as they're seeing you being you, right? Not, and then if you have like, let's say every fifth post or something that is a lot of value, people are going to stop and read because they've been having fun with you. They've been connecting on light things too, not just heavy things, right? I really like that part. But I agree. I felt like someone was telling me what to do today, and it wasn't hard. And I've talked to more people today than I have a long time before. Like 30 people. I had to be very intentional about that.
I think that it almost feels like social media is going back to what it used to be,
I wonder.
back to being more social. And like that's what people are craving. And I like that.
And
Um,
your point is
I'm
right.
I'm a big fan of it.
To your point of what you're saying, next year it's going to be different again, because that's what humanity does, right? And we're basically emulating humanity on a platform where we can all see each other.
And I mean, having been in Plexus for so long, like you and I have, we've
Mhm.
seen this happen over and over and over again. At one point in time, it was like post 4 times a day because that is what it required at that time. And then stories came, and then we got to pivot for that. So all I picture in my head is Ross bringing this couch up on the stairs, yelling pivot. And that's what we get to do. We get to pivot all the time because it's going to change constantly. And to be very like real, I struggle with pivoting. Once I've got myself in a groove, I like to stay there. And I will like, I don't know, my shtick, it just stays there. And so it takes a little bit for me to step out of that shtick. It's not quite that easy. So here's to trying new things once again, like we always do, and next year it'll be new again. Maybe one day it'll get easy for me.
And that's the beauty of doing something like this is, I think somewhere in the group she talked about, do not worry at all about perfection. This is never about perfection. This is just about you trying things on your platform and seeing how it's going to work for you. So I felt the freedom of that, right? I didn't need to be. And Robin?
Question. Do you mind if question? I haven't dug too much into this challenge yet, but I'm curious. This is all like Facebook related, right?
Most of it, I would say, right, Trina? Most of it would be Facebook related. She didn't really talk about Instagram,
It
basically.
doesn't really talk about Instagram, right? Because
No.
Instagram is still very focused on reels. Like
Yeah.
Facebook doesn't do good with reels. Instagram is still very reels based.
Mhm.
Okay, just working through it in my head.
This is Facebook. In one of her lives, she did mention that this is Facebook.
Okay, yeah.
Specifically, yeah.
And I think the point to that is Facebook, like you said, Sheila, is so much more, and it started originally about being social. That's what it was for, right? Whereas Instagram has always been more of a creator place and always been more people wanting to be monetized for. I think the only thing that she really talked about was, don't connect your Instagram to your Facebook, that they are the same, because they're not going to work they're not going to work together and get the same amount of eyes on your account as if you had them separate. Yeah, they're definitely more about making money on Instagram. So it's so much more about views and likes than what Facebook is. Yes, stories, I believe they were still connected, but I haven't seen a whole lot on that. I left my stories connected because I like that, because I know I have people on Facebook that I don't have on Instagram. So it's like kind of a double whammy there. Robin, to your point there of your family bugging you for posting things on Facebook, family is the last person that's going to pay you. So there's that. Grow your Facebook for the audience that you have coming, not for the critical family members. They don't pay your bills. Anything else that you guys are wondering about? I can share this to the chats, and then you can go, like I said, it's totally personal thing. I decided to spend some time on it today because of the results that I was feeling. I was feeling very much the same like Trina. Like I felt lighter, and I feel like this is the direction that I've been personally frustrated with my social media, because it's primarily the place of where I get prospects. I don't do a lot of face-to-face only because of where we live and things like that. I want it to work. And I'm always willing to, okay, what do I need to do? What is the solution? Someone gives you the solution. We're so lucky that in Plexus, it's always given for free. Lori could have started a group and charged $100 a head to get these people in and have said the same thing, right? Like it's always that one Plexus attitude. And I so appreciate that. So I wanted to share that as well. Okay. Growth Summit registration is closing very soon on the 11th. Am I right, Sheila? I think this Friday, pretty sure. Get yourself there. Let's all meet up. Let's all meet up because I can't wait to be there. I'm working on just getting a room. Hey, Penny, good to see your face. Hopefully we can all kind of hang out together the Friday before. If you are coming in early, maybe even just the evening. So far, I haven't been able to nail something down, but keep that bug in your ear. I would love to gather with all of you and spend some time together before we have the whole day on Saturday. It's going to be good. Dun, dun, dun. Did I miss anything? Every Friday is having a sale this month. It's birthday month. And we still have an IPA challenge going that I know a lot of us are working, but we're not like super loud in there. But if you want some accountability, please come and join us. Is there anything else that anybody else wants to? Grow Summit full? No. If it is, I'm going to tell them to make more room. Move the walls because it's always an expandable room. I'm going to
I
check.
had a friend who tried to register and it said it was full. So I said, well, call your diamond or your nearest Jewel upline and just say, look, I want to go. How do I do this? And she checked the next day and it had availability. So just keep checking because maybe it's a glitch. I don't know.
I'm going to check
So
on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. I'm going to ask and see why it's happening and where we're at with the numbers. But I was pretty sure, like, I know that they're going to close it. They have to close it to a certain point, right? Just to know how many people are there, but it shouldn't be full already. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know on that. Okay. My next question that I'm going to end a call with is, how did your mapping goal go for April? Where are you at with your mapping goal? Do you feel like it's something that you are working on, that it's working for you? Do you know your numbers? Do you know where you're going? How many people you're talking to per day to get there? Do you know how to follow your points daily in order to meet your point goal of where you can go get more points throughout the month? These are all questions that I was asking myself today, and I thought, okay, this is where we reiterate this and start handing it down, that we know that every day we go look for a certain amount of points in order to reach the goal at the end of the month. So if that's something that you're working on, talk to your upline, talk to me, talk to whoever you're connected to. Let's help you hit your goal. Anybody else have something fun to add? Something that you're working on?
Think about that Facebook algorithm challenge, because I didn't do it today because I had appointments all day, but I read through it and I started to listen to the live. And so I read a couple comments and someone said they love sharing memories because like sometimes you look in your memories and your post from a year ago was so good. And I think most people do this, but it's okay to reuse it, just not share it, right? So you can copy, paste, change it, use a new picture or even the same picture. So I thought that was a good point of confusion because sometimes you have really good posts and it's good to use them year after year. It's just the function of the share button. So it's not necessarily because most of it was content related. And so I think there was a bit of confusion, or that could be confusing. So don't steal other Plexus people's content and use word for word because that's going to get you in trouble. But you can steal your own content from the past and share it word for word just without the share link. So just copy the text, paste it, and make it look like a new post. I just thought that might be worth clarifying.
It is. It totally is. It's the share button that hides you. She calls it getting benched. It's kind of cute term because that's actually what happens. Sidelines. So we want to be mainstream. Thanks, Shelley. All right, I'm gonna close for tonight. Thanks for being here, guys.
Hold on,
Oh, go
Mark,
ahead.
I
Go
have
ahead.
one question.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I'm so
Sorry, I
I'm like
didn't
so
see.
late. I'm so sorry.
You're not
It
late
just
at
popped
all.
in my head. When you push the share button, if you were to share your post to your stories, is that like a don't do it?
I don't.
Or okay.
I don't think so.
Like,
I
are you
don't.
talking about when you share an Instagram reel from Instagram to stories?
No,
No.
like if I want people to Facebook, like if I want people to read my post for that day because it was oh so good or so funny or it has a poll or whatever, and I share my post up to my stories and I put like a caption on it like new post, is the share button working against me at that point in time or not?
You know, I
I would
honestly
ask that.
haven't. I haven't read that yet. She hasn't talked a whole lot about stories. Maybe that's to come yet. Be interesting to find out. But I don't know, Trina, Shelley, I don't know if you guys have seen anything, but
No, I didn't see anything about that yet. One thing I did see, just about if you put up a post and then say you're like, oh my gosh, I made a grammatical error and I have to go edit it. Facebook actually kind of flags you and says, no, if you make a change to your post, um, then you got one chance to post it and they kind of make sure you're not seen. Is that because that's what I read as well? Is that right, girls?
well, that used to be an Instagram thing. If you would go back and edit your post on Instagram, it was pretty much hidden. No one would see it. But
Yeah,
I didn't realize that was a Facebook thing.
I learned that today in one of her. So I was like, oh gosh. So then she kind of said, okay. Um, but yeah, definitely look at that more in terms of the sharing and stuff like that. But I know she mentioned something about the editing, and I was like, oh my gosh,
Oh,
you know. But I guess it's more authentic, and I don't think that's ever going to go out of style, ladies. Right? It's just a matter of being.
that gets me to thinking in our team page, I know that the views have been down a lot for group post. And there's been such an issue with posting post with links. All of our Plexus posts have links in them. Every live has a webinar link, a StreamYard, and Facebook has been ornery with adding links to our post. And so we go and open the link separately, copy the link, put it into the post the post, dang link will not highlight, right? You go back and you edit, you grab the link out again, you copy it again, plug it back in. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Do I kill the views on that post then? Right?
Ah, we might be.
Who knows?
So can you
And
copy links into the comments though? Like that would be okay, right?
Yes, but the comments get buried.
mhm. So
Facebook has not been friendly for groups recently. It's been tough.
no, and that's another big no-no that she says is to not have a link in your posts, and it's like, oh, so like lots to chew on, right?
You
Because interesting that Shelley mentioned even just copying and pasting an old post. I kind of thought that was a no-no, so I'm going to dig deeper on that too. So that was interesting. I'm glad you shared that, Shelley, because like I said, sometimes, yeah, like past posts are great. So it's kind of just like, you know, of course you're adding friends all the time. So it's nice to have different eyes on some of this gold that you created a while back, you know? So lots of things to chew on for sure.
and it's so helpful to help each other with that because it just dawned on me to realize that maybe that's why groups are not getting promoted as much. And yet when I was scrolling through my feed the last couple of months, I felt like all I'm seeing is group posts. I'm not seeing personal posts anymore. So all about priming and putting stuff out there, right? Yeah, there's definitely more that I want to dig into as well tonight yet. And I feel like I love the fact that she's sharing other people's comments because that helps you to figure out these kinds of questions.
Penny, that could be very well. Yeah, that's true. Like lots of aha moments, honestly, when I was like, I've got even more diving in to do, but yeah, lots of interesting things. It's just like, oh, okay. So, just good awareness, honestly, because then we can just pivot like Sheila loves to do, and we can just keep, because I get it, Sheila. I'm the same way. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is going on? But then once I kind of took, allowed myself some time, it's like, okay, actually, if I'm open-minded, it like I said, it felt lighter, and it's like, it's not like I'm adding something new. I'm just changing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
To be more effective and to really truly be what we want to be, is of value to people. We want to provide value, we want to connect, and we just that's never going to go out of style for sure. So
The reason of why I actually came upon this is because I found myself all of a sudden intrigued in several Plexus Sidelines posts. And I said to, I think, 2 or 3 ladies, I messaged them. I said, your posts have really been good. Like, I find myself automatically commenting on your post. And then Rachel said to me, thanks, Marge, but I'm taking training. I can't take the credit. And I was like, what are you doing? And I had obviously just missed it, right? But to me, that was proof that it was effective, because even I was wanting to comment. And, having just followed them for years already, it's not that you don't comment when it's a good post, but their posting was really good and drawing you in. So that part I really liked about that. I wonder if you can copy and paste instead of editing the original post. I think Penny means that this is where, like, you post something and then you edit it, right? I think that's what she was meaning.
So
Well, and a
one,
lot of times I would just post, like I'd copy it all out onto my computer, post the words, and then go into my phone and find the picture, because I didn't have the picture ready from the computer. And then I would post the picture and then repost the post. So don't do that, I guess. Don't do that.
Can you direct copy paste from your phone to your computer? That's the best thing ever.
only if you have an Apple phone and a MacBook.
Oh,
That's the only time you can do it.
I do that, and it's amazing.
So how I get around it now is I share the picture to myself in Messenger, and then I just download it onto the computer, because I can't copy it from there for
Okay.
some reason. And then that's how I do it.
That's what I was going to say. I used to use Messenger to talk to myself all the time. Because yes, you can message yourself if you didn't know that. You can type in your own name and message yourself.
I still do that when I share post on some information that I want to save or that I want to, like, refer back. I send that post to myself. It's a great place to go check out what you were thinking.
Well, on our cruise, when we were on our cruise, Sheila shared with me a little golden nugget about creating my own Facebook page. I'm the only member, and I put all of my posts that I see that have provided some value, or I feel like, oh my God, I would love to take this and make it mine. And so I post all of those page, whereas I used to put them all in my notes, but now I can put the picture and I can put the the text and everything in there. So that's kind of a nice thing too. And then you can just copy and paste it from that Facebook page and post it and stuff like that. So that's super awesome, right? So lots of different things that kind of help with that. Yeah, I've got lots of awesome conversations going on with myself in Messenger too.
Sounds fun for introverts. Yes, that is a really good idea, because you can only save so and so much stuff that you actually remember, and to plug it into your own group is just a super, or your own messenger. Then you know where to go look for it, right? That's really good. I'm so glad that it's helping, Robin. These are all things that you just gather along the way, right?
And in my own group, the benefit of it being a group is I've had it since 2017 now. So I've had it for 7 years, almost 8 years, is I have so much in there that when I'm planning out what I want to post and what I would like to share, I can use the search bar.
Mhm.
and it'll pop up all of the things that are kind of related to what I'm thinking about.
And there again, you can probably reuse content with new pictures because the message is still the same, right? It's going to be interesting. You have multiple folders in your save section of Facebook. Oh, I used to save things to my save section, but I never used it really. I never got into that. Learning and growing. And this is where we get to, again, show up well so that we have other people's eyes on us. I love what you have all shared tonight. Go pop yourself into that group and then let's continue the conversation, because I feel like we could learn a lot from each other just by sharing these kinds of things of what's working for some and then we can collaborate, like do some trial posting just to see what it's going to be like of what, and it doesn't just need to be a non-Plexus audience commenting. You can still go comment on your sidelines, on your uplines, downlines posts. Like if I find something interesting, I will comment genuinely of what that post says to me. It doesn't matter who it is, right? Today, I was just being a little bit more intentional because you're looking for 10 people 3 times. So I had to be very intentional today. And then I actually went through my prospect list and I did some really good commenting, and I got, I don't know, 4 or 5 DMs back from the comment that I made. And so that in itself, I feel like is success because it's just continuing the conversation, right? But being social, I think we're getting back to being social. All right, guys. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for being here. Have a great evening.